how's it? All right, it is 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, and 8 p.m. on that East Coast. I am Mad Statter, and if you're here, you're here with Chatter with Statter. Hopefully we will have a bunch of things to chatter about today. I've got a video I'd like to show you, a couple of videos I'd like to show you, something I'd like to scare you with, and let's see what else happens. But that's going to be all up to you, because obviously there can be no chatter without the Statterbox crew. Looks like we've got a couple people in the house. Shockalock saying, Rick! Rick here saying hey to Shock and getting ready to get back on time today. Fantastic. Shock also coming in to let us know that we have the gear. The gear, maybe it's probably like right here. Here, maybe. We'll say it's here. And if you're having a twitchy twitch, then you can adjust your download settings, your video stream settings. You can adjust something, make the number lower. Higher number means good stuff, but lower number is where you go if you're having trouble with the good stuff. So we've got the option today, which is super excellent. You're not going to be able to go higher than a 720 because that's what I'm broadcasting at. But if 720 is too much for your system, that's okay. We got the gear to ratchet it back. Ratchet it? How about ratchet it back? Looks like we've got Andy Bumatai raiding with 28 people. Andre came in, though, before that raid. And in the raid, we have got Michael Anthony Smith, Darlene, Action Sunset, Kalika65, Andre again, the gear of chat. That's right. Nani Aloha and Pukola T. First time chat from viewer Mokihana B. Fantastic. Good to see you. Darlene, good to see you. Devin, good to see you. Thanks so much, Devin. I was feeling a little chilly today, and so I needed to get some long sleeve shirt action going on. It's actually kind of a dress, but I always wear pants under it, so we're gonna call it a shirt. We're gonna call it a shirt. All right, it looks like we've got a bunch of stuff happening right in front of my face. Andre throwing down, I think, a 5-pack of gift subs. Thank you so much, Andre. And we're coming in with all the shakas, Mokihana with all the hearts, and Mark Aloiao. Good to see you, Puzzle Master. We don't necessarily connect on Andy's Discord in the puzzle channel much, but I see the puzzles that you choose, and I wish I was awake when you were playing them. All right, Cindy Krause also in the house. Rick S. and Darlene both here, which we already said hello, but I wanted to point out that they weren't here yesterday for good reason, but we're very glad that they're here today. Hey, Don Flex, good to see you. Fantastic. I recognize that name from where you rated from. Paul Mendoza 805. Good evening to you too. Gosh, we've got so many first time chatters here. This makes me super stoked. Nani Aloha in the house. Thomas the Turtle. You're riding the bus with Terry in Scotland and Carl in Arkansas and Photo Luke. We're cruising around. Oh, right on. Cruising around England. Cool. Yeah, go chill with them. And then when you're done taking a ride and Terry parks that bus after he's run over 14 motorcycles, 3 guardrails, and 4 signs, I'm thinking that that's on the agenda and checklist today for Terry. After all that's been done, come on back over here and we'll see where the chatter has scattered to. All right, let's see here. My backdrop is looking kind of feline-y today. Oh, do I have a kitty in my background? I wouldn't be surprised, actually, because they are... I don't know what you're seeing, Picola T, but let me tell you, there's kitties everywhere. All right, so let's see. We've got Andre throwing down a bunch of biddies, and it looks like we have a hype train already going on with level 3. How did that even... I really talk a lot. Level 3 hype train, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Okay, so let's see here. Andy Bumatai, 500 biddies. Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let's see. We've got Anware, Paul Mendoza saying hi to everybody, and Darlene throwing down, it looks like 500. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 500 little bugle happinesses. And Shakalak, well, you try not to hit the motorbikes, and you do feel bad if you squish Andy. That is true when we're talking about Terry in Scotland's bus driving finesse, but I think he's been known to run over a motorcyclist or two, and I think we always say sorry to Andy, right? Don't we always say that? And 400 more biddies from Andre. Thank you so much. Hey, Kenny from the Cove. Good to see you. Phenomenal. Goodness gracious. Yes, what happens when wound up hamajangers arrive, no doubt about it. Poppy Shaney in the house, Paul Mendoza with all the kapows. You know, all of these emotes are making me really wish I knew how to make the emotes go explode on my screen. So we're going to have to learn a little bit about that. All right, so I am going to get this party started with our quick little intro and double check who it is that's actually in the starter box today, because I have a feeling I've missed one or two names. So before I finish saying hello to everybody, let's get the party started. Okay, we have got a lot of biddies flying around. Andre with 300. Poppy Shaney threw down, I think, 500. It looks like Devin is also in the house. Excelente. And let's see here. Poppy Shaney at the 500. And then Broken Soul, you've got the 100 plus other amounts. I acknowledge it is more than 100, but I can't count that high because I don't have that many fingers and toes. So I'm going to say thanks for the more than 100 because it's super awesome. And there we have it, Rabbit. That's where I'm at. Andy Bumatai with another 500, and we're on level 5. You guys. Okay. And where I love my Cool Cat intro video as well. And I'll have to tell you guys, there's this filmmaker that you might have heard of. You might not have, though, but I'll bet you have. His name's Andy Bumatai, and Andy Bumatai is the mastermind behind that artistic expression that is my intro. Now, we are going to, in fact, this will be a perfect time frame. So, last night I got inspired. I was feeling yesterday was a tough day. So I wanted to do something and the like. And so I made this thing that's not nearly as good as my intro. It is as good as it gets for me, because if you've been here since the beginning, you will remember that all of this is all about learning. And I do some things very badly, but that still doesn't stop me from doing them, and it doesn't stop me from showing off the poor quality work that I produce, because I'm still just learning. So I've got a video today that I want to show you guys, but goodness gracious, we're on level 5 hype train. Andre throwing down more bits. Let's see, who else did I miss? Kenny from the Cove throwing down more bits. Andre throwing down more bits. We've got Poppy Shaney, who's just exploding all of the hearts, which is fantastic. And let's see here, Vanilla Coke Pepsi is sneaking in. It's a great day for a great day. And you know what? That's a really good motto, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. I think we should focus on that. We should definitely we should definitely meditate on that, because the last couple days might have not been the greatest days for everybody, but on the other hand, it's always a great day for a great day. And Cindy Krause, thank you so much for those 100 biddies. I cannot believe we're on a level 5 hype train, you guys. This is super crazy. Super crazy. And then Andre with 200 more. Oh my goodness. Okay, chat pause because I'm not going fast enough. And where? Thank you so much for, I believe that was 500. I'm scrolling so fast. I want to say thank you to everybody. And it looks like Broken Soul just gifted a 5-pack of subs, you guys. Oh my God. This is super awesome. We hit the flippin' flirpin' 5 level. That's right. I brought out the double F-bombs, flippin' and flirpin'. You know I'm serious when I have to do that. Sometimes you even have to, bring out flying forks. But so far, I haven't had a flying fork message. Holy crumb, 141% of the level 5 hype train. That is insane. Kenny from the Cove responding to a Facebook post I made earlier about how I got a burrito today. I thought I'd splurge. Couple bites into the burrito said, "We're not hanging around here. We're not hanging around here at all." And so I didn't get to eat the burrito. The burrito didn't get to hang out with me. And I feel fine. I'm just hungry and afraid to eat something because I don't know if it was me or the burrito that caused the problem. So I feel fine. I'm just a little bit hungry because I didn't get to eat the burrito that I wanted to eat. Thomas the Turtle, thank you so much for the Shamrock 100 bits. That is right. I know, we got the whole gang here today. Vanilla Coke Pepsi, I'm so glad you're able to slide on in. I know that you have a busy schedule of studies and all sorts of clubs and lessons and this, that, and the other thing, but you do make it here on Sundays, and that does make me very happy. So, all right, so, Poppy Shaney, I know your virgin ears, the double F, it's exactly the flippin' flirpin'. I gotta tell you, I really do need to apologize when I bring out the double F bombs. And, oh, Moki Hana, thank you so much for throwing down those emotes. Honestly, the Super Stoked with the Plumeria looks really pretty. I've never seen them next to each other like that. I love that. And then Ann Ware, thank you so much for the 500 bits. And, okay, Broken Soul, you tried Brazilian. All right, we're already talking about food, you guys. Clearly, the show has started. We're talking about food. Broken Soul, you tried Brazilian fajitas today. Tell me about this. What is, I can only assume because it's Brazilian, it's probably like beef, right? You know, you got the carne asada, only whatever they say in Portuguese for carne asada because they speak Portuguese in Brazil. But like what? Okay, so what makes a Brazilian fajita a Brazilian thing? Because I'm very curious, and I'm sure it's delicious. Yeah, Andre, exactly. It was a bulimia burrito. I got the supermodels burrito. That's exactly. As disgusting as what it is you just said, that is pretty much exactly what happened. And so there you go. That is beautiful. I'm going to have to steal that term from you next time this happens. Let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, I might want to try the brat diet until my tummy's more better. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm already on the brat diet because I'm a brat and the food that I eat makes it a brat diet. But actually, I don't know what the brat diet is, so I'll have to look into that. Oh, what? Bananas, rice, and toast? Is that what it is? Bananas, rice, and toast? I don't know what the brat diet is, actually. And where you've got all of the little 100 beagle dogs. Thank you so much. I love it. And it looks like we got a level 5 complete, you guys. This is super amazing. So, yeah, Devin, right, exactly. I'm right there with you. Brazilian fajitas, tell me more about this. Oh my goodness, and Ann Ware coming in with the rainbow zebras. I'm not really sure what those are, but I love the 500 biddies. Well, no, and I love the little emote too, even though I don't know what it is. So let's see here. Picola T, yeah, I can see why you thought that, but no, he's talking about something much more better than a Brazilian wax. He's talking about Brazilian fajitas. So let's see here. And Vanilla Coke Pepsi, honestly, if you live every day and just appreciate the little things and every single accomplishment and be thankful for everything, like the food you eat and the hot water in the shower and getting a good grade in your test, your life improves a lot. That is actually really true. Because we really do take a lot for granted, and you don't realize it until something as simple as hot water, you know, like you don't realize just how spoiled you are to have hot water on tap until your hot water is no longer on tap. And so you have to boil your water before you can drink it, or before you're going to do the dishes, or before you're going to bathe yourself, or however, you know, seriously, hot water is, you are becoming so wise, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. But seriously, dude, hot water is something that we all, I think, take for granted a little more than we should. So Broken Soul coming back with chicken, onion, bell peppers, same as typical fajita, but the seasoning was different. The pico de gallo had mango and more colorful bell pepper than just the jalapeno, was served with a spicy bean soup and long grain white rice. Okay, interesting. I guess what I'm curious about then, and I don't expect you to know this, but I'm curious, like, what the spice difference is. Because honestly, I don't think I've really ever had... There's Brazilian steakhouses in Seattle, but I don't actually think I've ever been to a Brazilian restaurant proper. So I'm not necessarily familiar with their flavor profiles or the typical spices that food uses, you know? So I'm curious what that's all about, but I don't expect you to have the answer to it. There you go. So let's see here. Shakalak is jumping on board with the hot water train. I absolutely bless the god of hot water because my go-to mood improvement is the hot tub. And okay, dude, I didn't see that Michael Anthony Smith is gonna go moi moi, go night night. So ahui ho, Michael. Michael Anthony Smith. We will see you next time. Sleep well. Your day starts way too early. I'm glad you were here for just a minute. I mean, if you could be here longer, we'd be stoked, but I get why you're not. Okay, so let's see here. Devin, okay, well, hey, Devin, maybe you can, because I know that you're a foodie like I am. Maybe you can help me here. You've been to a couple different, there we are. Yes, I've been to 2 Brazilian barbecue places, and they were flippin' life-changing. You're really into barbecue. I'm curious, Devin, what makes it a Brazilian barbecue? Like, what's the, is there a specific, like, oh, they use lime on everything, or, oh, it's, all about the cumin, or, anyway, I'm just curious what, Well, you know what I'm curious about. I've been babbling about it for the last 5 minutes. And vanilla Coke Pepsi, yes, just the ability to eat a nice warm meal is something we should never take for granted. That is absolutely true. That when the power goes out, I think we all recognize that. I mean, even, it might be a first world issue, but I think everyone has come to a point where it's just like, oh, I guess we're going to eat this cold. It's just, there's nothing else you can do about it, right? So Kenny from the Cove, your old hot water heater got to the point where you had to relight it every time you wanted hot water. If you could, you'd marry your new hot water heater. Honestly, Kenny, I understand exactly how you feel. And I'm gonna maybe warn you, when your hot water heater leaves you for a rat, you're gonna be so heartbroken. Because when I got my dishwasher, I swear it was like the dishes no longer existed in my world. It was the best thing ever. If I could, I would have married my dishwasher. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with my dishwasher saga, my dishwasher no longer works because a rat decided to eat all of the internal hosing. Just one day, overnight, all of the hosing, well, not all of it, but doesn't matter, enough of it was torn through and destroyed by a rat chewing through rubber hosing that I no longer have a dishwasher. There's reasons why I no longer have the dishwasher that literally entire streams have been about. We're not going to get into the details. I've tried to fix it. It hasn't happened yet. So every day I get to look at the thing that I want to marry, and it's useless to me. So, and Kenny, appreciate that hot water heater. Appreciate it so much. Oh, hey, it looks like we've got another raid train coming in with Terry in Scotland, Carl in Arkansas, and word on the street is Photo Luke might also be in that group, but let me see here. Yes, Photo Luke absolutely is. Yeah, Ann Ware, keep me in love and water. Good wedding vows, right? Honestly, Ann, this harkens back to a conversation Ann and I had a few weeks ago, and then once again a few days ago. Apparently her mother was smart enough to put in her vows when she married her father, or her husband, Ann's father, love and keep me in love and water. And I think that's brilliant. And it looks like we've got Katie's aura here coming in from the raid, most likely. Hey, Katie, welcome to Chatter with Statter. I am Mad Statter. We are a chat show where we talk about anything and everything. And right now, I think we are talking about, meat. We're talking about Brazilian food. And I skipped some stuff, so now I'm going back. So let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. So Shaka is saying the meat body comes around with swords full of meat and offers them to you at the churrascaria. Swoon. I'm going to assume A, I'm not saying churrascaria right. B, that is the Brazilian steakhouses that have all the meats. And if I'm wrong, correct me. Thomas the Turtle. Brazilian barbecue is meat, and more meat. Andre, man, they serve you all kinds of meats and different prepared kind of beef, and they come to your table with another meat. And if you want veggies, they got salad and a dessert bar. take me there. That sounds brilliant. Just the meat boy with all the swords of meat. Okay. Yeah, all right, let's do that. Okay, so going back down here to find what I skipped. Andre, your water heater's in the basement, which you have to use a trap door to get into. Oh, that's kind of a pain in the arse. I have a attic that's like that. You have, I mean, obviously the trap door is in the ceiling, but you have to go that way. And I had somebody have the audacity suggest I put my hot water heater up in the attic, and it was like, there's a lot of bad ideas with that idea. I mean, first off, water goes down, so if there's anything that ever, and then it would, but then getting to it with the ladder and the trapdoor, whatever. I thought that was a stupid idea. But at least yours is in the basement, so when the water goes down, it flows, you're not gonna get wet. So Broken Soul, Brazilian steakhouses are marvelous. Go on a completely empty stomach. I got it. Okay, so you've got hints of cinnamon, some sort of pepper, cumin, and had a coloring to make you believe turmeric was involved as well. Broken Soul, I'm so glad we're having this conversation. That was a really great answer. That really actually, okay, that paints a picture. And Mokihana, you thought your sister won the award for Vala Owing. Yeah. Well, I can go fight with your sister for that, and we can see who's got the pennant, right? Yep, we can see who's got the pennant. So let's see. Devin's saying that there's a place in Cali that supplies their own dry aged beef that was only seasoned with salt and fire, they said. There are other meats they put on skewers to bring you. Bacon wrapped filet mignon. I can't spell them. That's cool. I knew what you meant. And you know, I have to say, okay, so Devin, the fact that they just have like the salt and fire seasoned meat, to me, that is the highest compliment possible, right? If you've got good meat, be it fish, be it chicken, be it, game, be it beef, if it's good enough, just salt and pepper should be fine, right? I mean, and maybe some olive oil or butter to make sure that, it doesn't stick to something. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That sounds delicious. And let's see. Yes, and thank you so much for pointing out that this music here is all provided by Lono. And so if you are enjoying what you're hearing, by all means, go support Lono at lonomusic.com, or you can buy all of his albums, or you can support Lono on his YouTube page at YouTube user Kaupe'epe'e. But if you don't know how to spell that, which a lot of people might not, just YouTube search Lono Music and it'll take you right there. Yes, it will. Okay, so Shock is thinking adobo is what's involved. Possibly. I'm interested. Now I'm interested. I'm going to have to look that up. So Devin says it's about $60 a person around here, but it's worth it if you don't mind meat sweats afterwards for 4 hours. That is funny, but yeah, I think that a place like that, like, you have to go in expecting that you're gonna leave with the meat sweats. I mean, it sounds like it's all about meat. So Picola tea, you won't find much pamplemousse at a Brazilian churrascaria, which I know I'm saying wrong. No, but that's okay because I've always got my pamplemousse with me. Oh gosh, let's see here. Okay, cool. Shock, thank you so much for throwing down that Lono Music link. Yeah, let's see here. And Darlene, oh yes, tell me about your beautiful, beautiful visit. When we were watching Bad News Bears yesterday at Statterbox at the cinema, the movie show that I have with all y'all on Saturdays, 6 p.m. West Coast time, it was the Bad News Bears. It was baseball oriented. So we were hoping that Rick would be here to explain what's going on with the baseball situation right now. But I had to let everybody know that you were off doing good things like eating prime rib and roasted veggies. You were in a food coma. I'm jealous, actually. I mean, my belly's still kind of hungry. I wanted that burrito, but I would much rather have prime rib. Can't even say it. I want it that much. I'd much rather have prime rib and roasted veggies than some burrito. So let's see here. Oh, really, Andre? Your basement is kind of like a bunker, and it's only under the kitchen, and you cannot really see it. The rest of it is crawl space, which has been earthquake shear walled. So when my cat got out there, I had to crawl a sub maze. Oh, to get her out. That sounds like a lovely place for a cat, actually. I mean, sounds like a hellscape for you, but it sounds like the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful landscape for a cat. And Vanilla Coke Pepsi, the way I pronounce French words, hurts your soul. It's like a poison dip bullet shooting right through all your organs at once. And yet you're here every weekend. Every weekend you're here, and you know that I'm going to dip that poison pamplemousse bullet and then shoot it off at least once, right? Let's see here. Yes. And Vanilla Coke Pepsi, you know it. Yeah, exactly. It's my intent to make all three of my viewers. I really shouldn't make all three of my viewers uncomfortable and want to plug their ears in their ears in their fingers, but I can't help it. I cannot help it. And so Rick is coming in, baseball update, because this is just they're still negotiating. I went to get an update before the stream is the word I'm looking for. And they're still negotiating. They were still negotiating, I guess. So it sounds like baseball update. They know play opening day. The owners have totally locked them out, and so nobody's talking about nothing at this point. Nobody's getting anything done. So I figured the Bad News Bears, with baseball being bad news, it seemed like an appropriate movie for the day. And Cindy, you missed the movie last night because your friends and I took the kids to see Sing 2. It was a great movie. Cool. I don't know. I'm not even familiar with Sing 1. So let's see here. Yes. Thank you for giving me the benefit of the doubt there, Vanilla Coke Pepsi. You your grandma speaks Spanish and you do the same thing to her. There you go. And so, Broken Soul. Broken Soul's like, hey, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, I do a hack job of English and it's my primary language. Yeah, tell me about it. I have trouble myself with that. And so let's see. Oh, interesting. So OG Sumo Vibes telling Rick, last lockout made you appreciate high school and collegiate baseball. Think you'll go back to it this time as well. And I wish I had it easier to do. Oh, dang it. That actually is a really neat idea, because there's a local team that used to be called the Highline Bears, but now they're called the Dubsea Fish Sticks. Dubsea either means White Center or West Seattle, but it's the collegiate baseball league, and Portland has one. They're called the Portland Pickles, and this collegiate baseball league is all over the country, and they have, in the last couple years, decided to remarket and rebrand a lot of the teams that are in this league. Like I just said, the Dubsea Fish Sticks used to be the Highline Bears, and the Portland Pickles, I'm sure, used to be something else. But now, with the baseball lockout and this new marketing spin for the collegiate league, I'm almost wondering if this summer might be like a revival of sort of the the collegiate league, people going to the small stadiums to see the local guys that aren't even in the minors yet, but one day might be, all the guys who are on track to be big league, because that is what the collegiate league is all about, right? So yeah, that's a really neat idea, and I think I might start doing little segments about the collegiate league just to get everybody across the country and in Canada too, because they are in Canada, this collegiate league. I think I might start doing some little. Today is not going to be the day because I don't know nothing, but I think I might do some little, education and like, hey, check out this team. If you're from Minnesota, these are the teams in that area that you might want to go check out at the tiny little ballpark that you didn't know existed because it's in the back corner of whatever. I'm kind of excited for the collegiate league. I mean, I was excited for them anyway because they got their name changes, but now with the lockout, it actually might be kind of cool. So let's see. Andre, you don't care about pro baseball in your city. It seems like they want more and more, or they're going to move to Vegas. Oh, I'm sure they're going to move to Vegas. All right, Katie Zora, thank you so much for stopping by. You are now officially part of the Statterbox crew because you talked a couple different times. And so I will see you, if nothing else, probably on the DPL. But if I don't see you there, I hope to see you here at Chatter with Statter. All right, so let's see here. Oh no, what's going on? Yeah, okay, so Shakalak, your buds and you used to go see the Norfolk teams on Friday afternoons. Pretty avid fans there. Then there was the pandemic, right? Yeah, exactly. And I can only assume that those avid fans will come back. And then with this, the avid fans are probably gonna be pissed. Like with the lockout, now all these newbies who haven't been around are starting to show up and take the seats. So let's see. Oh no, harsh dude, Picola T. That's what Picola T was talking about, or everybody's talking about Picola T. Flew to Phoenix for spring training in 2020. Arrived in an empty golf cart because the preseason was canceled while you were flying over. That sucks. Kenny from the Cove. Bad foreign language pronunciation? Yeah, you should have been around when I tried to talk German to my mom. She would double over in laughter. Well, sometimes pointing and laughing is done with love. That's why we've got the little ha-ha emote here at, Chatter with Statter. We generally try to just, throw down the ha-has with love. Sometimes when people come in wanting to, sell us followers or whatever, we might throw it on the ha-ha as legitimate. What are you talking about? But generally, the ha-ha is usually done with love, just like our Prel. So let's see here. So speaking of mispronunciations, Andre does point out, hey, you can always study a dead language, then nobody can correct you. That's a good piece of advice. And let's see here. Oh, I didn't realize that Cindy Krause had a sleepover with the kids. Fantastic. It sounds like a lot of good family time between Darlene and Cindy was had this last weekend with their grandkids or their grandkid equivalents. And let's see here. Vanilla Coke Pepsi. Canada and sports is very interesting. It is the only time we are rude. With baseball and basketball, we only have one team, and if you like any other team, you get your Canadian card taken away. And with hockey, you need to like the team closest to where you're located. And with American football, it's the only one you're not toxic about, right? What about Canadian football, though? Are you toxic about that? Or do you just not care like everybody else? Sorry. Not trying to mock your football, which Canadian football, I mean, not football. Right, okay, Vanilla Coke Pepsi, no one watches Canadian football. Exactly, okay, good, you're in on the joke. Fantastic. Oh, yeah, all right then, let's see here. So, All right, so Andre and OG are talking about some sportsy stuff that I really have no opinions on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them talk for a couple minutes, and I'm going to read about everything else that everybody's going to talk about, because I wanted to show you a little picture or a video that I made last night. It's of a little holo in the West Seattle White Center area, going from a post office that I go to for work through White Center to the green grocer that I buy all of my vegetables from. And this green grocer is super awesome. I'll probably end up talking about him after the video because I have a lot to say about it. But the reason why I decided to show this video is because right now where I'm at, it is raining, gray, kind of cold, and it's just not very pretty to look at. This video happened to be taken during the fall season when all of the colors on the trees were quite lovely. And so I figure we can revisit the days of the pretty foliage on the trees. Let's go check it out.
A blasting in my head from ear to ear, packing and a stacking ya within the last year. No fear, have a beer, yeah, before you drop a gear. Got a government that spent all my rent, where it all went, cause I'm feeling kinda Bentley, evidently out of my Tenley, chilling up on Locker Street in my residently.
Cruising in my ride, down on the south side, everybody's all around. Endless invitation sent across the nation. You will slow it down.
Well, listen, I ain't missing all the parties over there, cause you're writing late tonight and making music every year with the tracks to the max, 5 CDs in a row. Let me formulate my flow, pump that up in stereo, putting on the fix with the tricks in the mix. Forget the politics, add the chicks just for kicks. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Look at that view. We sound.
Cruising in my ride, down on the south side, everybody's all around. Endless invitation sent across the nation. Will we ever slow it down?
6 years we've been kicking up the music at the page, with the rage in the cage, original on the stage. So many bands passing, playing through the South Bay. That's okay, they can play while they stay in Kihei. But sooner or later, like the little percolator from the steam and the heat on the street is defeat. Modulate yourself down to the ground, this town on the south side.
Cruising in my ride, down with the south side, everybody's all around. Endless invitation sent across the nation. Will we ever slow it down? Cruising in my ride, down on the south side, everybody's all around. Endless invitation sent across the nation. Will we ever slow it down? Slow it down.
Relaxing to the max, Kihei satisfaction with the toes in the sand and a drink in a hand. My favorite kind of music that everybody knows. Record shows we took the blows just to play originals. Yeah, we're looking for the changes that slowly replaces. Take away all the frowns and make happy faces. That's right. Keep smiling, keep your styling on the south side.
Cruising in my ride, down on the south side, everybody's all around. Endless invitation sent across the nation. Will we ever slow it down? Cruising in my ride, down on the south side, everybody's all around. meditation sent across the nation. Will we ever slow it down? Slow it down. Come on, come on.
Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say. They bought and sold every inch of land. I scratch my head, I don't understand what makes me cry inside. In this land, you got to be tough. They'll keep you ignorant enough. Only we will have to pay. Make no mention of where you've been. Stand outside, looking in the rain. Begins to fall. They make a big thing of a little they do. They say they do it to help me and you, but we won't know it all. We won't know it all. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say. Every now and then we go to be teased, but tell me now, are we really pleased? We take what we can get, and so we didn't meet our goal today. Look at tomorrow from yesterday. We live the rules they set. No more lands for you and me. They stole it all they could see. And right now, I don't feel so good. Our children will suffer for what we have done. Their children will suffer one by one. Our ways of life have all gone. There's no use in fighting. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say. So what are we going to do right now? We're going to have to figure it out somehow. Go fight amongst ourselves. So listen, my friend, if you heard this song, maybe someday we'll sing along. It goes something like this. Let love be your guide. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows the people have no say, no say. Everybody knows say.
All right, that's my little masterpiece from the fall. And Carlin, Arkansas. Yes, I totally shot that with my Samsung S21 something cell phone. And I've got a dashboard mount that's like a suction cup mount, you know, to hold the cell phone. Only I don't suction cup it on my dashboard. I suction cup it on my window. And so then I like hang it right underneath my rear view mirror. And so that's why we're no longer getting images of the of the hood of my car, etc., etc. But yeah, that was just a simple cell phone. So definitely nothing fancy like the 360 phone that Andy's using. I got to tell you, just when I was like getting proud of how I figured out how to do the most bare bones video, Andy all pulls out the 360 Amaze Tech, and it's just like, oh my god, I have so much to learn. If you haven't checked out Andy Bumatai's 360 camera videos, Andy has his own channel on YouTube and on Twitch, but the YouTube channel is where these are posted. He's riding his motorcycle through Hawaii with a 360 camera, either mounted on his helmet or on a stick, a spike, whatever. And it feels like you're flying. It feels like you're riding, flipping motorcycle with Andy. It is the most amazing thing. And 360 cameras, I have to say, I'm not a tech person. I have never felt tech envy before. Until now. Seriously, until now. And Shock, thank you so much for throwing down that link. I'm sure most of y'all already know about the link, but for anybody who might not know about this guy, Andy Bumatai, he's hanging out in the chat, but he's actually, supremely big deal guy. Yeah, he's got supremely big deal videos, and you should definitely go check them out. So, looks like Andre threw down some biddies, and thank you so much, Andre. Let's see here. Mokihana, yeah, I am so glad you were off today too. I know that you normally don't get to hang out for very long. I usually only see you over on OG Sumo Vibes stream, which is phenomenal. By the way, OG Sumo Vibe is also hanging out in the chat, the chat bar here. OG Sumo Vibe is a DJ from Oakland on a Twitch channel of his own, and OG does a whole bunch of pop-ups. And he's on at least once a day, it seems, usually, with a regular schedule that, unfortunately, off the top of my head, don't have it. But if you're looking to check out some old school love jams, some some island vibes, Hawaiian island type jams, and also, well, sometimes he even rips out the rock and roll when I come show face. So everything and anything is basically for purview when it comes to OG Sumo Vibe. You should definitely check his channel out. And yes, precisely, Rick says to Mokihana, today was the 3-hour cruise, and survivors exactly, are invited to return for the next show. That is it. So let's see here. Andy says, here, my 360 camera, and Mad Stutter falls to the ground and says, I'm not worthy. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what would happen. And I'm not worthy, actually. And I don't mean that as an insult to me. I truly mean like, oh, my video editing skills are not worthy of a 360 camera. So there's just no point. Darlene, thank you so much for thinking that that was a nice little holo. Yeah, and if you're wondering, okay, so if you're wondering, what in the heck did I just go to? What I went to, let me find it. What I went to was let's see here. Yeah, we went to Dwayne's garden spot, basically, and it's my green grocer, and that is right. Green grocer is how I refer to him, even though he does have like some dried beans and pastas and things like that. But for the most part, this is a converted gas station that has turned into nothing but a vegetable mart. And the quality of the vegetables here, some people say that it's a little bit expensive. I actually don't think it's any more expensive than the grocery store. And unfortunately, For a month every year, Dwayne's does close during the month of January. So the month of January, I am forced to get my produce from actual grocery stores. And I can tell you that the produce that I get from Dwayne's will literally last a month or more in my refrigerator. Whereas the produce I get from the grocery stores is rotten before the week is out. And so, you know what? If it's 10 cents more a pound and it's not going to rot on me, I'm okay with that. But it's actually not more expensive. I don't think. Not enough. And so, I love Dwayne's. Dwayne's is the best. And they are actually open, like I said, almost all year round. They are not open for the month of January, but they have been open since the beginning of February, and they will be open until the week between Christmas and New Year's. So they're open for your Christmas holiday shopping, but then basically after Christmas, they kind of stay open to sell to sell what's left, and then they close for a month and then start all over again. And so, as you can see with this little slideshow, during the different seasons, they do different things. They've got the Christmas trees during the holidays. This picture is sort of a shot from across the street. That's sort of their springtime vibe, where they've got all the plants for your garden. So if you want to, if you're like, screw you, Dwayne, I don't want to see you from June till September, I'm going to grow my own stuff. Dwayne will be like, awesome, let me help you pick out your starts. And by the way, we've got manure for your garden too. So yeah, it's a garden center and a produce center. A garden center and a produce center, basically. But they also sell very locally produced products. For instance, the plastic jars of milk that Vanilla Coke Pepsi is talking about, those, the milk, the butter, the cream, the eggs are all from the Kent Valley, which is literally like less than 10 miles from my house. It is the Smith Brothers Dairy. There we go. The Smith Brothers Dairy. They've got the sour cream, the cottage cheese, the whole milk, the 2%, the cream, etc. The only thing in the Smith Brothers Dairy case that isn't Smith Brothers is the Tillamook cheese. And Tillamook, many of you might know, is kind of a nationwide brand, but it also is from Tillamook, Oregon. So it's semi-close enough-ish. Hey, Cowpena, good to see you. I am showing off my green grocer today and talking about all the wonderful fruits and veggies and things that they sell. And basically, even though the cheese is from Oregon, it's close enough. And when I say close enough, I have to say, Dwayne's actually really, really emphasizes Washington-grown produce. And during the harvest season, a lot of the items are coming from the Kent Valley, which, like I said earlier, is like 10 miles from my house, or they're coming from the Yakima Valley. There was one time, though, in the summer where the onion supply, for whatever reason, dried up in Washington. I don't quite know what the problem was, but Dwayne had a bin of onions, and he just had in a huge sign, imported onions. And then in like tinier letters, grown in Idaho. And so he really does take local produce seriously when he considers Idaho produce to be imported, which is why I love my little green grocer, basically. And so I wanted to show off the happy place that is my green grocer. And I think Darlene was agreeing with me about how awesome everything is at the green grocers. And let me see here. So there we go. Yes, Darlene's saying that the quality compared to store-bought and stay fresher longer, and they taste better too. I agree. Darlene and I are on the same page. And so let's see here. All right, I guess, oops, here. I can get back to my face instead of the thing. There we have it. There we have it. Andre, you do kind of consider Idaho as a foreign country. Yeah, clearly Dwayne did as well. I mean, I'm not, it's, yeah, clearly Dwayne did as well. But I will say that if you're going to get anything from Idaho, onions and potatoes are the acceptable. Now, the potato is the logical thing that everybody thinks of with Idaho, right? And there you have it. But every time I've driven into Idaho, and I guess it has everything to do with the route and where I'm going in Idaho, but when you cross the border into Idaho, southern Idaho, when you're like going into Boise, the air smells like onions. Like they grow so many onions in Idaho that you can smell onions in the air as you're driving in the freeway, or not in the freeway, on the freeway. So I don't know. I mean, onions and potatoes, but onions and potatoes. Hey man, that's what Idaho's all about. That's what Idaho is all about. And it looks like OG Sumo Vibe is all about paying forward some gift subscriptions. Just gifted a tier 1 to Calpena. Thank you so much, OG Sumo Vibe. And so let's see here. Everybody's talking about how much they love Trader Joe's. Yeah, Trader Joe's is pretty awesome. I do like a lot of their stuff, but I don't like that their vegetables come in packaging. And I don't like that their parking lots are never big enough. Like, it's wherever Trader Joe's is, at least in the Seattle area, it's just like there's never enough parking. And so you have to battle just to get in the store. And let's see here. Andre, you heard they have a really bad pollen problem in Idaho. Perhaps they do, but I believe one of the, at least in the western region of the United States, Eugene, Oregon apparently has one of the highest pollen counts for the longest amount of time during the year. Like, and I only took interest in this because there's a major roller derby tournament in Eugene, Oregon. And so anyway, there were some years where the pollen is a serious business in Eugene, man. I really have no words. And I think that we all know that if I have no words, yeah. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. So let's see here. Darlene, that's why you try to grow herbs and veggies to freeze and dry out. Hit the green markets up and can or freeze, carry into winter when the markets aren't around. Yeah, that makes sense. Luckily, I'm, spoiled for the most part. I only have that 1 month out of the year that I have to deal with the regular grocers. But, I'll tell you what, dealing with the regular grocers kind of gives me just a better appreciation for Dwayne's. I mean, I've always loved Dwayne's, but when I saw the food that was rotting in my fridge after the very tiny amount of time that it was in there this last January, I really, really, really felt much more love for Dwayne's than I ever had before. Andre, so apparently in the Bay Area, there is a Trader Joe's that is, one thing. It's got the parking. It's the one Trader Joe's in the world that has the parking. In Emeryville, it's in a mall, so you get lots of parking. That sounds good. Shock, you're personally tired of Trader Joe's knocking off products that you like, so we can't get the original anymore. I don't really know if I've ever noticed that happening, because really the only product that I like at Trader Joe's that is just so obviously knocked off are those Nancy's quiches. And I mean, they didn't even bother to change the flippin' box, basically. And I still see Nancy's quiches at the regular grocery store, and sometimes I get them, even though they're more expensive, but whatever. And yeah, I know, right, Terry? If it spikes your gun, whoa, precisely. Yeah, that's just how it works. Shock. So we just played the Star Spangled Banner, and now you're like, the show is over. No, we're just on a weird loop. And so let's see here. Andre, you remember them showing parts of Idaho near a lake and seeing the lake full of yellow pollen? Ugh, gross. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Let's see here. Mad Statter coming up from the rear, jammer position in roller derby match. Sounds scary. Well, it could be, but not in the way you think. I'm not nearly as an adaptive skater as you need to be for roller derby. Now, if you want to hear the sounds of bones breaking, I can promise that might happen. I can also promise that it'll probably happen on me. And it's not that someone will hit me to break my bones. My bones will just randomly break, which is actually what happened when I broke my ankle when I was on roller skates trying to do roller derby. Literally, my ankle broke on its own. And I'll tell you what, there's nothing like hearing your own bone crack and then you falling to the ground and going, that was not a good crack. That was not a good crack. And then the person I was skating with was like, I think it might just be sprained. And I was like, I don't think it's just sprained. It wasn't just sprained. Yeah, no, not even close. So, okay, OG Sumo Vibe, fake news. Emeryville Trader Joe's is in a mini mall area with very popular stores and only a couple ways to get in and out. Always crowded when I go. Bay Street is always a mess. See, that's all right. So OG Sumo Vibe, right? All right. See, you're picking up what I'm laying down, and that's the experience that I have. So the Trader Joe's that's the closest to me in my house, my neighborhood, used to have ample parking. Oh, it was wonderful. But then they went and put a Puget Community Co-op and a couple other stores that like have a huge draw. And so now suddenly this parking lot that used to be too big is now overcrowded. And so even though the parking lot looks big, there's next to like popular, I mean, Trader Joe's was already popular, and then Puget Community Co-op is even hugely more popular, which I don't understand, but I won't get into that. And then you've got the whole other strip mall worth of things that people are there. You've got Starbucks, you've got the Seattle Super Supplements, you've got Panda Express, for God's sake. That's actually not a part of the traffic problem at all. But basically though, yeah, with all the everything, it turns out that the Flippin' Flurpin, that's right, I'm getting out the double F's again. Flippin' Flurpin parking lot is just too much, man. You've got to fight to get in. You've got to fight to get a parking space before you can even fight to get in the store. And Kenny from the Cove, here's sympathetically cringing for you after that ankle story. Yikes. Yeah, it was kind of brutal. I mean, on the bright part, it didn't hurt when it happened. I mean, later on it hurt a lot, but it didn't hurt when it happened. So that was kind of cool. In fact, actually, the EMT, when they came to take me out on the stretcher, they were like, so what do you rate your pain as? And I was like, a level 4. I've had period pains that are worse than this, which was totally true. But the EMT actually did pretty much point and laugh at me and was just like, oh, you're still in a little bit of shock. You've got the endorphins going if you're on level 4 pain for that. So, yeah, there you have it. Okay, so Andre, the only worse place for traffic than Trader Joe's is In-N-Out Burger. You know, you're right. I am continually amazed at how busy In-N-Out Burger is. And what even also amazes me more is I know it's busy and I'm still willing to put up with it. Because I'm from out of state, and I don't get it very often, because it's not in Washington State yet, and it won't be forever, for a while. But what I don't understand is all the people in California who live near an In-N-Out all the time. It's like, why are you willing to put up with this huge line? In-N-Out Burger is, seriously, I don't know if they made a deal with the devil. I don't know what In-N-Out Burger did to make them so flippin' popular, because they're really not that extraordinary. don't get me wrong, I like them. I like them a lot. I'm not down. I'm not dissing them. I'm not nothing. But like, their popularity just kind of astounds me. That's all. Yeah, that's all. So let's see here. Right, okay, Rick. See, Rick knows what I'm talking about with the Trader Joe's conundrum. Your Trader Joe's is on a busy corner, 6-lane road with one tiny parking lot and only one entrance to the road. Exactly, it's like they make Trader Joe's yeah, that's right, Trader Joe's is purposely difficult to get to. I mean, I really do think that is part of their, like, land acquisition, real estate parameters when they're choosing a spot, because honestly, every single Trader Joe's I've ever been to has this one thing in common, which is very difficult to access and get to, limited parking. I don't know, you know? It seems like it's part of their game plan. And so, Shock, you've heard your bone snap and get squished once. Very interesting, but not in a good way. Yeah. Darlene, you've never gone to an In-N-Out burger place? Well, they're in Vegas, they're in some parts of Oregon, they're in California, and I think they're maybe in Arizona. They're in very limited spots because they don't freeze their meat and they only distribute out of their own distribution centers. So they have to be like within X number of hours from all their distribution centers. So they're not, you know, they're few and far in between outside of a very specific area. That being said, they are so iconic. If you do have an opportunity to eat at an In-N-Out burger, I mean, you might want to flip and pack a snack for the line that you're going to stand in, but you maybe should try it. So let's see here. OG, you don't go to In-N-Out because you ain't got time for that. Actually, I don't know why you don't go, but probably because you ain't got time for that. And Picola Tea, I didn't know that. In-N-Out usually has order takers in the traffic line to help move things along. That is very good. I didn't know that. I've never been in the drive-thru because the drive-thru is so intimidating. I've always just gone inside. Let's see here. And, okay, so Andre, they had an In-N-Out burger next to the L&L and I got pissed off because I couldn't get your Hawaiian barbecue. Oh, I would be super ticked. If there was a restaurant that was near where an In-N-Out burger showed up, it's just like, you have screwed up the traffic pattern of my, Yeah, that would piss me off too, actually. So let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, In-N-Out must have a really good marketing department. Texas has Whataburger and In-N-Out, and Whataburger makes a way superior burger. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Not even surprised. Right, and there you go, OG Super Vibe, right, because it's overrated and too crowded. Yeah. Yep. Terry in Scotland, I was not familiar with that In-N-Out secret. In-N-Out burgers have a corral out back. You get to pick your cow. There you go. Oh no, my loop flooped. I don't know what that means. Oh. Nuh-uh. How is that possible? All right, hold on. I need to go what? I need to go into the advanced properties or something. Hold on. And hold on. There we go. I think I fixed it. And Lono needed a break. Bugga's hands was getting numb. There you go. Yes, and speaking of Lono, I've already asked you guys to support him if you can, which is fantastic. But I wanted to point out the video that I played earlier today did have Lono music. Most of it is unreleased. And the second song was a little bit of a downer, I'm not gonna lie, but the mood that I was in yesterday with the way the world was and things, it just seems sort of like an appropriate song. So I have to admit, and you can prell me here, but there was sort of a little secret habut message in my little video music choice that I made. But also, I chose those songs because, and this is really pathetic, but it's true, because they were the perfect length to use two of them for that one video segment. I had to, pick songs that would fit, and so, yeah. so there was that too. There was a hidden message and a utilitarian factor. So, yes, and Shock, exactly. Also look up Molokai IWI Band on YouTube. Yes, in fact, Molokai IWI Band is sort of what I consider, and this is not an official description, but sort of what I consider Lono plugged in. You're going to see him with his Strat instead of his ukulele, or instead of with his acoustic. And the other two gentlemen are folks from Molokai, Earl on the drums and Vic on the bass. And I do believe it's Vic that does most of their video production for Molokai IWI Band channel. And so you want to thank Vic for that fantastic work. And yeah, I definitely think you should check out that Molokai IWI Band channel on YouTube, because there are quite a few songs that Molokai IWI Band does that Lono has not released under his Lono brand. So there you go. And so let's see here. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know what OG Sumavai did to get his sisters all, oh yeah, we know what he's up with, but OG Sumavai is getting held in place. I think he's getting checked here in the chat. He's got his family keeping him in line. That's right. We've got family style situation going up here in the chat. All right. So let's see here. And oh, it looks like Mokihana changed. Oh, how cute. OG Sumo Vibe used to wear diapers just like we all used to. And Mokihana wasn't the one in charge of keeping him clean, it sounds like. All in the family. Love it. Love it. Calpena. Calpena's got OG Sumo numbers. OG Vibes number is 5. Giving him a virtual pie. Nice. Love it. Let's see. OG Sumo Vibe. I never wore diapers. I went from nature girl to rock show cheek. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say that. And I did, I'm sure I wore diapers. I don't really remember. But here, we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. I do remember shortly, like, obviously this would have been freshly potty trained me, right? So I'm wearing this outfit. It's a little dress with like matching bloomers, and it's one of my favorite outfits. I can remember it to this day, white with turquoise hearts. And I'm wearing this, I'm 3, 4, I don't know. I'm young. I'm just freshly potty trained. And I have to go shishi so bad. It's not even funny. But I was a good girl and I held it, right? So I get to the bathroom and I'm holding it, and I'm holding it because I'm a good girl, and I know I've been trained, we're potty trained, right? But I don't know if you're familiar with how bodily functions work. Generally, you're supposed to remove your underwear, sit on the toilet, and then release your shishi, right? That's the plan. Well, my legs were squeezed so tightly together that I couldn't pull my undies down. I couldn't pull them down, right? And it was just like this, and if I relaxed just a little bit, then I would start to pee my pants, and I wasn't supposed to do that because I was potty trained. And so I had to keep my legs closed, but I couldn't pull my little bloomers and undies down because my legs were so pressed tight together. And so then I called my mom into the bathroom, like hoping she, like honestly, I thought like my underwear was broken. Like I thought it was just never going to come down. So I thought, well, maybe she could do it, you know. But my legs were clamped so tightly together that even she couldn't pull my underwear down. And honestly, I don't remember how it resolved itself. I feel like my mom might have just said, you know what? Stand in the bathtub and it's okay. We know you tried. As maybe I think how it happened. But I absolutely couldn't. I just couldn't. It was like, you know, which came first, the chicken or the egg kind of thing. It was just, if I do this, then this will happen, but I can't do this because that'll happen. And it was traumatic enough that I, to this day, still remember it. And I do still remember that, yes, I did wear something white back in the day. No way. That is precisely it. I wore something white, Kenny, and it was with little turquoise hearts, and I'm sure that there's a picture of me somewhere in that outfit. And yeah, okay, so Calpena, right. It sounds like you now when you're holding too long, right? Exactly. And I don't know what a 544 emergency is, Bocola T, but it was an emergency of the largest regard, at least to a flippin' 3-year-old. And yeah, I mean, Darlene, you know, you're 3, you're trying to figure out, like, why won't my underwear come off? Really, I was blaming the underwear. It didn't occur to me that it was my fault. I mean, you know, like I knew that if I did this one thing, yeah, anyway, 544 is code for go shishi. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. 544 go shishi in Japanese. I don't know. Wait, what? Are you saying that in Japanese? Oh. Go is 5. She is 4. Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. That's, wow. I feel like I am learning something because I guess I never knew how to count in Japanese. So you're saying that she is 4 and go is 5? All right then. What do you know? I just learned something. Hopefully some of you learned something too. Let's see here. Well, Calpena, don't worry about throwing yourself on blast. I mean, you know, I have that problem now too. Only this time I know how to fix it. This time I know it's my underwear is not really broken. OG Sumo Vibe, that's when you sit and go shishi and make the Mr. Miyagi face wax off. You're silly. You are so silly. OG Sumo Vibe, what's underwear? Well, when you're a 3-year-old girl, you know what underwear is. And I'm sure that a 3-year-old boy of you had underwears. Probably had the fancy pants kinds that like had Batman on them or something. I never had the Wonder Woman underwear. I wanted the Wonder Woman underwear, but I never got the Wonder Woman underwear. Part of the reason why I didn't get the Wonder Woman underwear is because my mom was like, you hate wearing undershirts, and the undershirt is part of the underwear outfit. So if you're not going to wear both, I'm not going to get it for you. And I have to admit, she did have a point. I wasn't really a fan of wearing undershirts when I was a little kid. But now that I'm an old lady who's really cold, undershirts are awesome. And I suddenly understand why my grandma insisted I wear one whenever I go outside. Yeah, so, Kenny from the Cove. Yeah, you gotta be on the lookout for those sneaky, unremovable underpants. Seriously, they were locked on. I swear they were locked on. Andre, now they make women Wonder Woman undies. Yeah, but I don't want them now. But then now I don't, I don't want them now. I am so not on that whole superhero train that is huge right now. And I know a lot of people love the Marvel, the DC, the etc. Not really my thing. I will admit that when I was a child, I did find soothing in a Batman cartoon once, and I've mentioned this before, perhaps some of you remember, when I got brought home from sneaking out of the house when I was 3 by the cops, and I was so pissed that the cop brought me home because I knew where I was and I could get myself home, thank you very much. I do not need your help. Well, the cop brought me home, and my parents asked me what I was doing, and I was so angry, and it was just undignified to be brought home by the cops like that, and I refused to tell them what I was doing. I mean, to this day, I don't think, and my parents are dead, so they don't know, I don't think they know what I was doing, what I was doing. But yeah, I got brought home by the cops, and I ignored everyone and just sat enthralled by the Batman and Robin cartoon on the television show. So yeah, I totally just got lost in Batman and Robin, the cartoon. Tuned everybody out. I was indignant and not going to share the story. Yeah. Pacola T, statter in trouble with the law. As a toddler, I started young. Oh yeah, totally. Not only did I start young, dude, I was where, it's like 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and I'm like in a strip mall as a 3-year-old, unaccompanied with, no adult, only in underwear. Can't imagine why a cop would think he needed to stop and investigate what was going on. But even in that state, I knew when I saw that cop rolling through, I was just like, oh, I'm screwed. And I tried to maneuver so he wouldn't see me, but it was too late. I hid in this doorway, kind of behind a pillar. I hoped he didn't, I knew the moment he saw me that the gig was up. And so I tried to not be there, but no. He saw me. He saw me. He brought me home. He asked me for my address. I didn't know my address. He asked me for my telephone number. I didn't know my telephone number. But I was able to tell him exactly how to get home. And he made it very clear to my mom. She didn't know her address or her phone number, but she knew how to get home. Apparently, I was really pissy with him in the car. I mean, really pissy. So, yeah. So let's see here. Rick, okay, you wanted something but couldn't have. Now you can get something but don't want. You can sense the underrule conflict. Yes, the underruling conflict. Okay, so wait, let's hear. True story, says Darlene. We were potty training our youngest, had to bring her potty chair with us just in case on our long car rides up north, and on a crowded freeway she had to go, couldn't wait till rest stop, had to stop along the freeway in emergency fast lane so she could use her potty chair fast. That's funny, but actually, you know what? That is brilliant. I have never, ever heard of anyone taking a potty chair with them on a long road trip for their toddlers, right? I mean, is that something that all parents know about or do? Because I've never thought of, well, I don't have kids, so it never really crossed my mind. But dude, that is like a brilliant way to reinforce the positive. Yeah, that, I mean, obviously, if she had a shy bladder, it's like, but now I can't go. I mean, but still though, it's a really good idea. So let's see here. Oh, Kenny, your buddy Dwayne used to have a pair of boxers with the Burger King logo on them, and the logo said Home of the Whopper. Oh, yeah, no, that's just silly. That's just silly. I totally could see those boxers. I could see them being very popular. Yes. Okay, right, you had it also because you needed it up north at the cabin. Of course, duh, that makes sense. But still, though, the simple fact that you thought to use it in that circumstance, to me, I'm sorry, that's brilliant. I mean, I think it's brilliant. Yes. Oh no. Awesome clip, now available on the Daily Pigeon Discord. I don't know what clip it is, and I'm kind of horrified because, well, I mean, you've just heard what we've just been talking about, right? So, all right. But hey, you guys, actually, oops. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh, hold on. All right, so what I meant to do is this, and then this. Speaking of Discord, I actually have a Discord channel too, and there's not a whole lot that's going on it right now, but if you want to join the Discord channel, you can. And recently, I just updated a channel on the Discord server to include to include Statterbox at the Cinema and the movie lineup. The movie lineup is going to be tentative. Obviously, things get switched around at the last minute, but if you want to join Statter or join the Chat Stat Discord, there's that link. And hold on one second. I'm about to sneeze. Okay, now I'm not. All right, there you go. And yeah, so if you're ever curious about the Statterbox at the Cinema movie lineup, I try to plan it out many weeks in advance so I don't have to last minute rush, because I did that a few times and that's just a pain in the arse. So that's what that is. I obviously would love to take suggestions as well. And I think on that channel, I'm probably going to start the request for reruns thread. So the movies that we already have shown, but maybe some people want to see again, we can start compiling that list. And let's see here. It looks like, oh, excelente. It looks like Picola T's got a little story. Stuck in traffic on Snoqualmie Pass in a snowstorm. Couldn't hold it any longer and opened the front and back doors to hide behind. Kind driver behind us turned off his headlights to give me some privacy. Thanks, dude. Yeah, man. And I know the pass you're talking about. And even if you're not necessarily stuck, if the traffic's moving slow or whatever, there's a long break between restroom options. Leaving the city limits of North Bend to the actual summit. That's a little bit of a drive where if you thought you were good till the top, and then suddenly you're stuck in traffic before you get to the top, there's nothing. I mean, there's no side roads to go off of. There's nothing but the shoulder of the freeway. There's no. I hear ya. Let's see here. So let's see here. There was a kid who pooped in the bushes outside your uncle's house every day. He caught him one day and made him sack it up and take it with him. Oh my gosh, that is just awful. But I also have to wonder, why on earth did he do that? He meaning the kid, not your uncle. Why your uncle said, "Hey, clean that up, kid." I don't think anybody questions that. But why? What a strange little thing. Interesting. So Shock says, you deployed a poll bot today. Maybe I would like to use it too. Maybe. I'd have to learn to figure out how to think about doing it, but I'd like to think about learning how to do that. Cause yeah, I truly don't know how. And, let's see here. Picola T, we were stuck for hours. What a relief to get helped out by that driver. Yeah, although I imagine, Picola T, there comes a point where it's like, I don't care if I'm in the middle of the freeway with everyone's headlights on. This is either going to happen outside or it's going to happen in the car seat I'm sitting in. And like Darlene was saying about her kid, it's either out on the side of the road or it's in the car seat you're sitting in, and nobody wants to be sitting in the car seat after that. Yeah. Let's see here. Shock says to me, newsflash, kids are weird. All right. So, okay. Yeah, Darlene, don't worry. Your phone is almost POW. Got to go charge it. That is okay. That is fine and dandy, because here's the deal. It is 6:30, the bottom of the hour. So that means everybody's got to go. It's time to wind this up. So I am so super stoked and excited about all y'all who raided over from Andy, all y'all who raided over from Terry in Scotland. Thank you, raiders. Thank you, raid hosters, or raid, not hosters, but raid doers. Raid leaders. How about that? Thank you, raid leaders. Thank you, raiders. Thank you all. Thank you all for posting all of those biddies. Level 5 Hype Train, all of the gift subs. Andre, Broken Soul, Kenny from the Cove, Darlene, Ann Ware, Andy Bumatai. I am missing so many people, and I am so sorry. Every single person who has supported this channel in every single way, I thank you so much. Today was a super awesome day, and yes, it looks like somebody has said, will Mad Statter create, what is it? Will Mad Statter create a new, I can't even see what it says. Will I create what though? It doesn't say. I mean, it sort of says. And I don't know. I might. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. We'll see how I feel. I don't even know how, I don't even know who just did this little poll. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Andy, for bringing everybody in all hyped up the way you got them. This 3-hour tour is just a highlight of my Sunday, and I'm so glad that others can join in with the joy. And we learned some things here today, or at least I did. 544. Who knew? I think I might have to use that code in my future. So that's it. Like Picola T said, take 5 or 544. See ya in 5 minus 2 days. There you have it, Rabbit. Awesome, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will see you on Wednesday at Chatter with Statter, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 3 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. Or I might see you before that, Tuesday on Daily Pigeon Live with Andy Bumatai. Same time, same place, although also other places because Andy's everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. LinkedIn? Yeah, get yourself linked in. Go check out Andy. Until then, I'll see you there. Bye.